Today we are going to have something about ancient Chinese mythology. I believe all of us are familiar with the following stories we are going to tell. Okay, let's get to know what we are going to have today. Yes, we are going to know something about Pangu. The second one is Nuwa, yes. The third one is Wufu. The fourth one is Chang'e. And the fifth one is Lady White Snake. Last one is the 8 Immortals. Pangu, I think everybody or every Chinese is very familiar with this great guy because without him, we won't have the world. Okay, now let's see what is he like. Okay, as you can see from the picture, yes, Pangu first lived in an egg, yes. He is a man of might and power. Within the darkness, there formed an egg. And inside the egg, the giant Pangu came into being. Okay, we often say Pangu is a giant. Giant is a person full of energy. After 18,000 years, Pangu woke from a long sleep one day. He felt suffocated. Okay, here, suffocated means someone who cannot breathe freely. He felt suffocated when he was in the egg. So he took up a broad axe and waved it with all his might to crack open the egg. The lighter parts of the egg floated upwards to form the heavens, and the denser parts sank downwards to become the earth. So was formed the earth, the heaven, the sky. Yes, that is what we say, the sky, yin and the yang. So because of this giant, we have the world. Nuwa, yeah, this is a very mysterious woman. Yeah, this is what people think of Nuwa looks like. Yes, do you think, is there anything special about Nuwa? Yeah. She is the ancestor of mankind in the mythology of ancient China. As legend goes, she has the upper body of a woman and the lower body of a snake. And you see, that is what we say, okay, 蛇身人面, yes. And in this picture, you see, Nuwa was creating humankind. And because of this, we remembered her forever. You know what was she doing? Yes, she was mending the sky with a colorful stone. Yes. Okay. Long time ago, the god of water and the god of fire had a battle. And the god of water lost the battle. He struck his head against the Buzhou mountain. The mountain collapsed and the big pillars of the heaven fell down. Half the sky fell into the sea, leaving a big black hole. Consequently, fire and floods occurred and savage animals started to hurt people. And as the creator of humankind, Noah was sad to see that human beings, which she had made, underwent sufferings. So she melted rocks of 5 colors and used them to mend the sky. That is the story we are very familiar with. Okay, that is 女娲补天, yes. In addition, she cut off the legs of a giant turtle and used them as pillars to support the sky. Since then, people were able to live in peace. And you know who was he? Yes, he was Wufu. And when we are talking about Wufu, yes, we are always familiar with the story. That is, he was always chasing the sun, yes. A long time ago, there was a tall man whose name was Wufu, and he lived on a mountain. Every day he saw the sun rise in the east, travel across the sky, and then go down in the west. He really wanted to know what's in the west. So, Wufu wished to chase the sun and visit the place where the sun hid itself in the west. Therefore, he started racing after the sun. He ran very fast and succeeded in approaching the sun. But the closer he got, the more he became eagerly desirous for water to drink. That means the closer he got to the sun, the more thirsty he became. And in this picture, you see, Wufu was drinking a lot of water. He plunged himself into the rivers and soon devoured all the water. And afterwards, Wufu was still thirsty. He started to run northwards in hope to reach the great lake and drink more. But unfortunately, he died of thirst on the way. The king he left became a forest of peach trees. And a Chang'e, this is the beautiful Chang'e. We know she lived on the moon. And she was the wife of Hou Yi. Hou Yi was a very great hero in ancient China because he shot 9 suns, just leaving the sun we have today. Chang'e, Hou Yi's wife, ate the elixir Hou Yi brought back home without his permission. Afterwards, she felt herself light-footed, as if she were on air. And gradually, she couldn't help but fly up to the sky, and eventually she landed on the moon, where she lived forever. However, because the moon was cold and lonesome, she was always homesick for her past life on the earth. And the lady white snake, I think it is one of the 4 famous oral stories in ancient China. Do you know what are the other 3? Yes, the first one is butterfly lovers. That is what we say, 梁祝. And the second one is Yes, the third one is the cowherd and the weaving maid. That is what we say, 牛郎织女. And the last one is yes, 孟姜女. Yes, 孟姜女. Okay, that's the 4 famous oral stories in ancient China. And today we are going to know more about Lady White Snake. Lady White Snake, also known as Legend of the White Snake, is a Chinese legend which existed as oral stories before any written compilation. Yeah, this is a picture from the famous TV series, The White Snake. The story told of a young scholar who fell in love with a beautiful woman, unaware that she was a 1,000 years old white snake that has taken on human form. Although the scholar and the snake woman were genuinely in love with each other, their relationship was forbidden by nature laws. When a Buddhist monk discovered her true origin, he buried her under the ground and built the Leifeng Pagoda over it to prevent her getting out. And the last story is about 8 immortals. Yeah, you can see the 8 immortals are crossing the sea. Yeah, that's what we say, 八仙过海. The 8 immortals were humans who have attained immortality. As humans, they face the challenges in life and have their imperfections. And this theme was reflected in many stories that revolved around the 8 immortals as a group and also as individuals. The 8 immortals represented a cross-section of the Chinese or even human society. And now let's get to know everybody of the 8 immortals. The first one is Lü Dongbing. Yes, he was the scholar of the 8 immortals. And these two, Cao Guojiu and Han Xiangzi, they are the 2 royalty and social elites. As for Han Zhongli and Zhang Guolao, they are the 2 elders in the story. And this one, yeah, maybe he is a symbol of imperfection because he is handicapped. Yeah, that is the famous 铁拐李, yes. And Lan Caihe is the young boy in the story, and the only woman in the story is He Xiangu. Okay, that's the 8 immortals in the story. And when we Chinese are talking about the 8 immortals, we have such a famous saying that is 八仙过海, 各显神通. So let's get to know the implications of the 8 immortals cross the sea. Today, the expression 8 immortals cross the sea can refer to, first, each member of a group making a distinctive contribution to their collective success. And the second implication of the story is each of them being left to his own devices That is what we say, 各显神通. And the third implication of the story is each one working to outshine the others. That's the implications of the story. And then last, let's come to the conclusion of ancient Chinese mythology. Chinese legends reflects the dreams, history, and values of the Chinese people, and they link today with the past. Children learn these stories in school through comic books and cartoons. Legends are often the basis for plays and operas. Okay, that's all for today's lecture. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.